Hello and welcome to Nltv. You are watching the English Primetime. This is Chipen Kung. Let's take a look at the top stories that are grabbing everyone's attention at the moment. Reacting to Rajya Sabha MP S. Phangnon Konyak's statement to not mix religion with politics, NPCC President K. Thierry says Konyak has very little or no awareness of religious politics being played by the Bharatiya Janata Party. He reiterates that the BJP has been unleashing attacks on Christians, Muslims and minorities and equates the situation to Russia's attacks on Ukraine. The Combined Technical Association of Nagaland demands termination of the 23 illegal appointments under the Department of Technical Education before 30th June. Student cautions authorities that they would file an FIR against them if the matter was not resolved within the given timeline. Kohima Police Mobile Unit apprehends 2 youth from Forest Colony Kohima and seizes 374 kilograms of ganja worth 18.7 lakh in the market. Contraband seized from Maruti Gypsy that was heading towards Dimapur from Senabati, Manipur. Case has been registered at South Police Station. Bharatiya Janata Party and Chief Medical Officer's Office Moguchung jointly organized a free medical camp at Penley Ward Community Hall in Moguchung District Headquarters. Camp organized as part of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's 8th glorious year of governance. In a historic experimental treatment conducted by the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, 18 rectal cancer patients who were administered dostarlimab medicine for a period of 6 months have been tested cancer-free. There are claims that cancer couldn't be detected by endoscopy, PET scans or MRI scans. Let's look at the stories in detail. Hitting out at the BJP of invading the Christians, Muslims and minorities similar to the Russia's attack on Ukraine, the Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee President K. Thierry called MP S. Phangnon Konyak ignorant of who is actually trying to mix religion with politics. Notably, the NPCC President in a press release issued on June 7 likened the position of the minority communities in India to that of Ukraine defending itself against Russia's attacks. While citing the example of BJP spokesperson Nupur Sharma's attack on Prophet Muhammad that earned the ire from the Muslim nations across the world, resulting in the summoning of Indian envoys in multiple countries. Thierry pointed out that the BJP and not Congress is mixing religion with politics. Thierry also cited many major incidents of communal violence and lashed out at Konyak for joining BJP despite knowing the fact that BJP MPs have openly declared to eliminate Christians. Moreover, the president stated that the basis of the fight of Congress is justice for all and to defend and protect the faith and identity of the Nagas. As it completes 19 years of establishment, the NSCN-IM's Operation Salvage Rehab Center celebrated its foundation day on Tuesday at Hingangongla village in Peren district. Notably, the theme of the celebration was making the world free from the bondage of drugs and alcohol. During the program, the NSCN-IM executive member of steering committee and administrator of Operation Salvage, David Perret, recounted that the center was established in 2003. Perry stated that the center was established initially with counting operation of ethics in Peren as many people were losing their lives due to drug overuse and increased reports of HIV and AIDS. On the same note, Perry acknowledged the support of the community and churches because of whom the recovery rate of ethics improved. Although the numbers are still high at present, it may be mentioned that the Operation Salvage has grown reaching near and far, following its motto, Save Lives. The Naga Students Federation issued a press release condemning the bomb blast which took place at the gate of Little Flower School Sangai Buru, Imphal. The Federation stated that they were deeply perturbed at the bomb blast. The Federation stated that the incident has caused immense trauma in the young minds of the students. It further noted that while the entire region is collectively striving towards peace and stability, such dastardly act negates the very aspiration of the general populace and ought to be outrightly condemned by all right-thinking citizens. The Federation further appealed for peace in the region and urged upon the competent authorities to leave no stones unturned in bringing the culprits to book. The Federation lastly stated that they stand in solidarity with and extended their full support towards the school. Nagaland Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi administered oath of secrecy to Orangutan Kikon. Oath-taking ceremony held at Raj Bhavan, Kohima. Kikon inducted as member of NPSC. Oath-taking ceremony initiated by Chief Secretary J. Alam.
I,
having been appointed as a member of the Nagaland Public Service Commission, do swear in the name of God that I will bear faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, and that I will faithfully discharge the duty which I am about to enter.
The Governor's Felicitation Program for the toppers, rank holders and achievers of various Governor's Award of High School Living Certificate and Higher Secondary School Living Certificate Examination 2022 was held at Dr. Imkong Lipa Au Hall, Raj Bhavan on Wednesday. It is noteworthy that the Governor's Award was given to the toppers of both HSLC and HSSLC, which included all the three streams, while Governor's Award for government schools to the best three students of HSLC and HSSLC were given to the three best students of each in marks in arts, commerce and science streams. Yet again, the Governor's Award to the best three students from the Eastern Nagaland districts in HSLC and HSSLC was given, while award to the subject toppers in males and skills education was also given. And finally, the Governor's Excellence Award was given to 6 students in science, which included 3 in physics, chemistry and biology, and 3 in physics, chemistry and mathematics subjects combinations. Meanwhile, toppers of both HSLC and HSSLC were awarded with cash prizes and a certificate by the NBSC. Furthermore, while addressing the students, the Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi stated that learning is a never-ending process and this board examination is only a milestone in the journey of education. He further urged the students to be amongst the best that the state has to offer. Meanwhile, advisor school education and Cert KD Shukalu urged the students to focus on what they want to become and not what others were taking up earlier. An inspiration talk was delivered by Secretary of Finance Department Shashi Kumar Patel and SB Crime PHQ Manoj Kumar.
high school and higher secondary school living certificates. Each one of you is an achiever. Your achievement is the result of your hard work over the years. It's also the result of the dedication of your teachers, parents and family members. Therefore, you must not forget the support you have received from them. I am always happy to be in the company of bright young students who are the future of this state and indeed the country. The fact that you have passed these examinations with flying colors affirms the requisite talents to reach full potential by each one of you. Learning is a never-ending process. This board examination is only a milestone in the journey of education, yet these examinations are the stepping stone to the larger life where you will soon have to make serious decisions about career and professions. Dear students, as responsible citizens of this state, you are well aware that Nagaland is punching far below its weight. Our high literacy rates are not translating into jobs.
Operation Salvage on Tuesday celebrated its 19th Foundation Day to send the message across the state that it is still going strong to save the lives of many who are lost in the world of drugs and alcohol. Notably, the occasion was celebrated with the presence of representatives from Naga Mothers Association, Naga Students Federation, ZPCC, WSBAK, and NSCN dignitaries led by member and collective leadership of NSCN. Reverend Puni during the program. Meaningful testimonies were shared by the former inmates who recovered from the Rehabilitation Center. Meanwhile, words of support and encouragement were shared by NMA, ZSF, NMA, NSF, ZBCC and WSBAK. It is to be mentioned that at present Operation Salvage is taking care of around 70 inmates. The Kohima Law College on Tuesday urged the Nagaland government to establish slaughterhouses in the state, particularly in the capital city, which is Kohima, to maintain proper hygiene and ensure safer food. It further called for meat to be regularly checked by the concerned doctors and be given to the slaughterhouses after approval for human consumption, only after such actions. Notably, the appeal was made during the observance of World Food Safety Day under the theme Safer Food, Better Health at the college premises on Tuesday. The college further stated that the state government must ensure safe and nutritious food for all, and the business operators must make sure that the food is safe, while consumers need to learn about safe and healthy foods. Combined Technical Association of Nagaland on Wednesday released a press release demanding the termination of illegal appointments under the Department of Technical Education on or before 30 June 2022. CTAN on the press release demanded the termination of 12 lecturers, 8 demonstrators and 3 work superintendents that were appointed under the Directorate of Technical Education. CTAN also assured that they would not accept the recruitment done by the Directorate of Technical Education through advertisement dated 26th of November 2021 for the posts of lecturers and demonstrators. CTAN also further stated that NPSC has not yet received any requisition copy in relation to the appointment done on 22nd and 23rd February 2022 for the posts of 21 lecturers and 12 demonstrators. In relation to this, CTAN urged the concerned department to expedite the acquisition process and let it reach the NPSC on or before 30th June 2022. And having failed to do so, the association will file an FIR against the appointing authorities for infringing the fundamental rights under Indian Constitution. The Nagaland Medical Association lauded the government for closing the check gates and appealed to the state government not to further reset up such gates. In a press release, Nagaland Medicine Dealers Association affirmed to support the government by strictly opposing any kind of illegal collection at the gates. NMDA stated that the removal of check gates has helped the medical dealers in frequent and fast mobility of essential goods, including medicines and life-saving drugs across the state. And the AMA also stated that the closure of check gates have led to fall in prices of commodities. Further, the association has vowed to keep serving people by reaching medicines in every corner of the state in every situation. Kohima police, while conducting routine surveillance, intercepted one Maruti Gypsy bearing registration number NL07CB3994 from Forest Colony. It is to be noted that after thorough inspection of the vehicle, approximately 374 kilograms of contraband was recovered. Following the seizure, two accused, namely Stephen, 27 years, and Rosso, 19 years, have been arrested, while the contraband along with the vehicle have been seized. It is to be mentioned that preliminary investigation reveals that the vehicle with the contraband concha was proceeding towards Manipur and it was coming from Sinapati. Was proceeding towards Dimapur and it was coming from Sinapati. It may also be mentioned that the seized assignment is worth 18.7 lakh in the national market. A case has been registered at the South Police Station for further investigation. A free medical camp was organized by the party Chandapari Mugokchung district in collaboration with the Chief Medical Officer's office Mugokchung on Wednesday. Notably, the camp was conducted at Penley Ward Community Hall in Mugokchung district headquarters. It is to be mentioned that the medical camp was organized in commemoration of the 8 glorious years of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government. It may also be mentioned that the camp started at 10 a.m. onwards and closed at around 2 p.m. Furthermore, while talking to Nltv, President of BJP Kisan Morcha Mugokchung District and the convener of the medical camp acknowledged the doctors, nurses and the paramedical team of the CMO. Meanwhile, it is to be mentioned that more than 300 beneficiaries were given medical treatment and provided medicines during the camp.
District organized this free medical health care for the people of Mugokchung in collaboration with our Honorable Minister Sri Pang Yupong. We are taking this privilege of conducting this health camp and doctors and nurses and paramedical staffs from Mugokchung CMO office have been quite busy for the past 2-3 days, and we are.
The national headquarters of the Indian Red Cross Society and International Federation of Red Cross on Wednesday morning flagged off the new ambulance at Raj Bhavan, Kohima. It may be noted that the NHQ, IRCS and IFRC distributed a total of 39 ambulances to various state branches in the country, which was formally launched on April 4, 2022 at Nirman Bhavan, New Delhi. The Federation, through a notification, also expressed happiness that Nagaland is one of the recipients of this basic life support ambulance for rendering humanitarian services through this part of the country. It is to be mentioned that the ambulances are well equipped with facilities like oxygen administration, suction machine, IV drip, air conditioning facilities, and many more. It is to be mentioned that the Indian Red Cross Society in Nagaland has worked out the modalities for operationalizing this ambulance and its program maintenance. The services of a qualified nurse has also been recruited to attend to emergency needs of patients in the state. It may also be mentioned that the public can avail the services of the ambulance anytime, anywhere by calling mobile number 7005-195-839 and 8794-242-948 at a very low cost. Security forces in a joint operation with police apprehended 2 individuals with illegal liquor in general area, Gizare village, Road Band, Peck district on 3rd June. Notably, based on a specific input, the security forces in a joint operation with the state police apprehended the 2 individuals and recovered 36 cases of IMFL and 14 cases of beer worth approximately rupees 2.85 lakhs. It is noteworthy that the apprehended individuals, along with the recovered items, have been handed over to Mallory Police Station for further investigation. The neighboring state of Nagaland, Assam, is conducting elections for its Bogajan Mak constituency, where 5 candidates are contesting for the election. Bongso Lekte of INC, Maturia Dikail Pukan of BJP, Dipya Jodi Porkohe of Aam Aadmi Party, Pranjal Crow of Independent Party, Battery Torch Simple, and Public Couture of INT Tiger Simple. They are contesting for the elections. The presiding officer has informed that so far 861 people have cast their votes, with a turnout of 61.67% as of 2:40 p.m. 258 male and 273 female have voted, and about 70 to 80% voter turnout has The Indian Meteorological Department on Tuesday predicted heavy rains in almost all states in the northeast in the next 5 days, notably due to the influence of strong southwesterly winds from Bay of Bengal to northeast India. Widespread rainfall with isolated heavy to very heavy rainfall is likely in Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram, and Tripura. Furthermore, Dimapur, Wokha, Mokokchung, Zinaburo, Kifri, and Pek are likely to experience fairly widespread rainfall on June 9 and 10. Meanwhile, Mon, Longlang, Cheongsang, Kohima, and Peren districts are likely to continue experiencing widespread rainfall. In a miraculous breakthrough in the field of medicine, a small clinical trial has discovered that every single rectal cancer patient who received an experimental treatment found that their cancer had vanished. Notably, Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center conducted a small clinical trial where 18 patients were administered a drug called dostarlimab for around 6 months, and by the end of their treatment, their tumors disappeared. As per reports, the cancer cells were undetectable by physical exams such as endoscopy, positron emission tomography scans or MRI scans, which provides that dostarlimab can be a potential cure for one of the most deadly common cancers. It may be mentioned that dostarlimab is a drug with laboratory-produced molecules, and it acts as a substitute of antibodies in the human body. Shaktikanda Das on Wednesday announced that the police repo rate has been increased by 50 basis points to a 2-year high of 4.90%. Notably, all the 6 members of the Monetary Policy Committee unanimously voted for the latest rate hike. It is to be mentioned that the standing deposit facility rate has been hiked to 4.65%, while marginal standing facility stands at 5.15%. The RBI governor further added that the inflation is likely to remain above 6% in first 3 quarters of current fiscal, while he also said that the fiscal year 23 CPI inflation was seen at 6.7% as opposed to 5.7% earlier. It may be mentioned that the MPC voted unanimously to remain focused on withdrawal of accommodation to ensure inflation remains within the target going forward. Meanwhile, the RBI governor also mentioned that their steps will be calibrated, focused on bringing down the inflation to target level. It may be mentioned that the last month, the RBI raised the repo rate or short-term lending rate by 40 basis points in an off-cycle monetary policy review to check spiraling inflation. In yet another incident, a fire broke out in a telephone exchange room in the North Block of Ministry of Home Affairs on Tuesday midnight at around 12:18 a.m. Upon receiving information, 7 fire tenders rushed to the spot and dozed off the blaze. Furthermore, no casualty has been reported. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to inaugurate the Biotech Startup Expo 2022 on Thursday in New Delhi. Notably, this event has been organized to mark the 10th anniversary of the Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council. Meanwhile, the event aims to act as a bridge to connect entrepreneurs, investors, industry, leaders, scientists, government officials, and other significant individuals in the field. In addition, about 300 stalls are being set up to showcase the applications of biotechnology. Hours after Mithali Raj announced her retirement from all forms of cricket, Harmanpreet Kaur has been appointed as India women's ODI captain on Wednesday. Notably, Harmanpreet was serving as Mithali's deputy for a few years and was an automatic pick for the top job following Mithali's retirement. It is to be mentioned that Smriti Mandhana, who is Harmanpreet's deputy in the T20 international cricket, will now assist her in the ODI format as well. It may be mentioned that India will play 3 T20s beginning June 23 and as many ODIs in Dambula and Kanti respectively. And that brings us to the end of Nltv English Primetime. Thank you for tuning in. This is Chipanakun signing off.
New YY Dynamite Instant